Howdy, folks. I'm a whole murder of crows, Brian.
I'm Amber.
And here's some Reddit. Our first letter is titled, Am I the jerk for changing the door locks back after my wife changed them? Well, folks, this week has been quite the week, and we've continued the trend, so hang tight. I'm a 30-year-old male, and I have a beautiful wife who loves to serve others. We bought a home down the street from my family. I have a sweet sister, 17, who likes to crash at our house with her friends. My wife is normally pretty easygoing until recently. My sister's friends have been leaving messes, mostly towels on the floor after using the pool. My wife got upset after picking them up day after day. I have asked my sister to make sure that the house is clean after they leave, and it has been better. My wife also complained that some of her perfume/clothes/personal items have gone missing. My sister said it's not her, it must be the boogeyman. We all know that silly boogeyman comes in and steals clothes and perfume. I believe my sister. I just don't see her doing that. I told my wife, and we agreed to just replace them. Okay, I want to stop right here for a moment. I want to stop. Okay, if it isn't your sister, then it's one of her friends, and it becomes her responsibility once she's been told that stuff has gone missing. She needs to keep an eye on her friends to make sure that things don't go missing.
And to get back the stolen stuff.
Oh, and to get the stuff back. Yeah, I mean, that's the big part here, right? She should be replacing it. Well, last week my wife made a couple of pans of cinnamon rolls from scratch. One pan was for us, and the second pan was for a coworker's family who was experiencing a tragedy. My wife went to the gym, I went to work, and my sister and her friends came by. We have set the stage. The one pan wasn't enough for her and her friends. They wanted the second pan of cinnamon rolls, and my sister texted my wife asking if they could eat them. My wife said no. They ate them anyways. My wife is upset and bought new locks. When I came home, my wife handed me a new key and told me that she didn't want anyone else to have the key to our house. I tried to calm her down and tell her that I would just go replace the eaten cinnamon rolls with store-bought ones because that's an adequate replacement. My wife decided that this was her hill to die on, and she said no, that my sister lost privileges to come in when we are not home. Replacing stolen items wasn't good enough anymore. My mom called and asked if my sister could use the pool as a back-to-school party. I was under the impression that my mom would be there, and I said yes. My mom was at work, and our schedules clashed. The easiest solution was for me to change the locks back so they could come into the house. My mom didn't come with my sister. When my wife got home after the party, it was a mess. She sent me photos. She called me the A for changing the locks back without talking to her about it, keeping in mind that she did too. Then told me that I broke her trust. She wasn't safe in her home because she kept getting robbed, and I refused to put an end to it. I did talk to my sister. Yes, the minimal effort. Please stop stealing from us, please. Then my wife let me know that she was staying with a friend for a little while. Am I the jerk here? I feel that I've tried to right any wrongs that have happened between my sister and my wife. All right, folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
You're the jerk times so much. OP's poor wife is disrespected so much here. She gets her stuff stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Then she makes cinnamon rolls for her grieving coworkers, even leaves some cinnamon rolls for OP's sister and her friends, and they go and eat everything.
Well, and I think that at a certain point, the husband's negligence is really what puts him in the wrong here.
Oh, absolutely.
And he had an opportunity to put an end to this, and instead of taking the 10 minutes out of his day that it would have taken to come back to the home, maybe it would have taken longer, but I'm assuming, he instead just did what was the easiest, like what he's been doing this whole time, and changed the locks back. He didn't need to change the locks back. His wife didn't ban anyone from coming to the house. She just said, I don't want them here while I'm not around, which I think is a really reasonable boundary to set.
Well, everything she's done is so reasonable. Like, she could be charging the sister with theft.
Yeah.
But she was okay with going along with this because she assumed it would eventually stop, and then you just kept trying to buy her off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame her for feeling unsafe in this home if I constantly had my stuff stolen. And, like, notice that OP never offers to clean up after his sister.
Yeah. We have a comment on that, actually. We do. We have a good comment on that. A bad comment. And Ambitious Snake says, "You're the jerk, why don't you clean up after your sister?" And OP replies, "My wife normally does it before I see it. I did call my mom after the party and had my sister come and clean up. This was the first time my wife just walked away from a mess that was made in our home."
So, because he might actually be confronted with cleaning the mess, then he calls his mom and is like, "Hey, have sister clean this up."
Yeah.
It's fine for her to disrespect his wife all she wants because his wife likes serving people. So clearly she wants to clean up after bratty teenagers.
Yeah, she loves serving people. But don't you remember, wife? We love serving people. Don't you remember? Why aren't we having so much fun serving people anymore? Ambitious Snake then replies, "What have you done to right the wrong that she's been forced to do extra work?" And OP replies, "Basically apologize and tell her that I will talk to my sister," which I did.
That doesn't fix anything.
It doesn't answer the question and it doesn't fix anything. And then Comparison 1 says, "But it keeps happening, so that's not an effective solution at all. That's why she's mad." And OP replies, "Yeah, I see your point." It's like, what are you doing, OP?
Like, I just hope that OP's wife gets a lot of alimony in the divorce. All the alimony.
So there you have it, folks. I think that this one's pretty cut and dry. Good luck, OP. Good luck.
Or good luck, OP's wife.
Yeah, good luck, OP's wife. All right, our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for making the male family members clean?" So I just want to preface this one by saying that when I read that title first, I thought that they had showered them or something like that. So I was like confused by the title at first, but then realized that, they mean not making them clean, but making them do cleaning labor. So we have a big family, around 30 people, gathering 3 times a year. The female members would always prepare and cook all the food in the morning and afternoon and clean up after the gathering. In contrast, half of the males would set up the chairs and tables and then start drinking. The other half would go and watch football. Isn't that the same thing? It became a habit that new male members would be taken away from the others with comments such as, "Let the women do their thing," "We'll leave them alone," or "Come to the living room," or "You'll have to help." So it's just flagrant at this point in time.
Flagrant sexism.
So I'm a younger female member and I did not like it. So instead of helping with the food, I decided to join the football gang. They made comments on how I need to get back to the kitchen to make food. Yes, get back to the kitchen. That's so disgusting. Are we in the 1950s? Don't answer that question, please. Please do not answer that question. So I told them that I'll go if they go. So they left me alone until my aunt told me to help. All the male members laughed, and so I went with her and told her the comments. So we all decided on not cleaning up that night and to just sit down and relax. So at dinner, we told them that the cleaning is up to them now. They all protested and wanted us to just agree that this was a one-time thing. But we decided on no, which I'm so happy for that. So now the male members don't want to join anymore, and the others complain that only half of them are helping with cleaning, and those who set up the tables. So we said that they need to manage it between themselves. So they told us that we are ruining the get-togethers and that it's all my fault for not preparing the food in the first place. So are we the jerks for making them clean up? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
So much not the jerk. Like, how selfish and entitled.
Yeah.
Oh, you're ruining this for us because we actually have to do a tiny bit of work.
Yeah, and imagine the amount of, preparation for 30 people 3 times a year. Ridiculous. No, OP, you're not the jerk. These people need to wake up and realize that there's no such thing as a free lunch. They need to hold their weight. They need to help out. It's not fair that the women are doing all the work. And I think that putting out some tables is just not enough here. They need to do more. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Weasley Blackgut says, not the jerk, good on you for standing up to a really outdated and sexist situation. And shame on these guys for treating their significant others, family members, like their servants. Lots of households run on the if you cook, then I clean deal. Why should this be any different? If they want events that they don't lift a finger, fine, but then the women should get their own turn to put their feet up and do nothing at the next event. I mean, that's fair. That's very fair.
But make sure the women have their feet up event first.
Yeah.
Because otherwise...
they may never get a second one. Our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Moving Out When My Dad Told Me to? So, I'm a 23-year-old male, and I've always been a disappointment to my dad. I think he was just barely tolerating me. I didn't enjoy sports or any manly activities like he did. I enjoyed dressing up and doing makeup with my mom as I got older, and I enjoyed more traditionally feminine activities, and he hated it. As soon as my brothers were born, he just kind of ignored me. I think the last straw for him was last month when I came out to him. I've been out to my mother since I was 16, and I've always hidden it from my father for obvious reasons, but was sick of hiding it and just wanted to be open about it so I didn't have to worry about keeping it a secret. My mom helped me tell him, but he still freaked out and yelled and screamed for me to get out and live somewhere else, so I packed up and I left. I really wish the mom had left too at that point in time. Yesterday, I got a call from my dad sounding very defeated, asking me to come back since they needed money. I was helping pay rent and utilities, and now they are having trouble with money. I refused to go back, and I hung up. My mom's been supportive and doesn't think that I should come back with the way he's been acting, and says that they will just have to figure it out. But I'm getting texts and calls from my grandparents and uncle and aunt calling me a jerk because this affects my 8-year-old and 15-year-old brothers. Am I the jerk? Well, I didn't realize that you were a parent, OP. Congratulations on being the parent to your siblings. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. This is the best malicious compliance I've seen. I mean, it's not even malicious, but it's not your responsibility to take care of your siblings. That's your dad's job.
Parents should be supportive of their children, and that's really what this boils down to. OP didn't get the support that they needed, and it's been really rough on him. I think it's probably been tearing him up inside that he's been out to his mom for so long and not even able to come out to his dad. And it's really unfortunate, and so I think that his dad really kind of got what he deserved. OP's an adult at this point in time, and they get to decide what they do and where they live. And I mean, certainly they were acting charitable by helping to continue to pay stuff, but they're under no obligation at this point in time.
And it is really unfortunate when parents let their internal, your kids are not always going to turn out like what you want them to be, and you still should support them and let them live the lives that they enjoy.
Exactly. Girl and a Gun says, not the jerk, he wasn't supportive of his son, so he gets what's coming to him. If you want to send some money home via your mother to help with your brothers, that would be a mitzvah. But you're under no obligation. And I know you know this, but you always deserved a dad who was supportive of you and your interests. It's terrible that you didn't get one. I'm sorry. Big love from a fellow queer. Edit spelling. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have a tea. Amber gestures towards her teacup. She has tea as well. And do we have any jokes?
We do. Although you're going to get it as soon as I tell it. What group of animals would you not want to meet in a back alleyway?
Oh, is this based on my intro?
Don't tell them.
What?
crows because there's always a murder when they're around.
Like, did you think of that because of my intro?
Yes. I was trying to think of a joke, and when you said you were a murderer of crows, I was like, yes.
I didn't know if you had that one, like, planned out, and so I was, like, super amazed there for a second. No. I'm like, oh, we're, like, on the same wavelength, but no, Amber's just a copycat.
Yes.
And I have Mega Mint tea. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh, and happy Friday, Junior's Eve, or whatever it is. Eves.